It is that time of the year, October, for this month holds a very special holiday, Columbus Day.
It's my favorite time of year, where family and friends gather around to celebrate Christopher Columbus, the man who discovered a great way to direct Home Alone, the first 2 Harry Potter movies, and Pixels.
Fun fact, he's also lined up to direct the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Five Nights at Freddy's? Holy crap, it's almost Halloween!
The GameCube, one of the greatest video game consoles ever made. And I'm not just saying that because of nostalgia. Okay, maybe a little, but there are some undeniable classics on this machine. Pikmin, Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros. Melee, Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, the list goes on.
Of course, when you launch a video game console, you have to have video games to go with it. And luckily, Nintendo knew how to create some pretty awesome launch titles. The Super NES had Super Mario World, the Nintendo 64 had Super Mario 64, and the GameCube had Luigi's Mansion. You can't win them all.
I wasn't able to get a GameCube until about 2 years after it came out, so I missed out on most of the earlier titles, Luigi's Mansion included, and I was too busy playing Mario Sunshine and Madagascar to care about some games starring Green Mario. But with Luigi's Mansion 3 around the corner, I figured it was time to finally play this spooky game. There was a 3DS port released just last year, but I already had a GameCube copy laying around my house, and I don't have a 3DS capture card, so don't expect a Dark Moon episode either. So in this game, Luigi wins a mansion in a contest he doesn't remember entering. So he asks Mario to meet him there, and oh no, Mario is missing.
Don't worry, there's no Paris fun facts in here.
So Luigi enters the mansion to look for his brother, and my god, look at those dust particle effects. Surprise, surprise, the mansion is haunted. But Luigi is saved by a professor named E-Gad, because puns are funny.
What does the E stand for anyway? I'm somehow very underwhelmed.
The professor says the mansion just appeared out of nowhere, and now Luigi has to suck up all the ghosts for his research using a device called the Poltergust 3000, which basically does... This is what you're going to do the entire game. Shine your flashlight on ghosts to expose their hearts, start sucking them up, don't let go, rinse and repeat. It's a simple feature the game revolves around, and thankfully it's not the only thing you do, as they space out these ghostly encounters a fair bit. You progress through the game by sucking up these important ghosts, which quite literally let you unlock more areas of the mansion through keys. I thought this was going to be a huge mansion, but it really wasn't, with 2 floors, an attic, and a small basement. At least the developers found a way around this by backtracking.
Now, I'm not against backtracking. There's always a right way and wrong way to do it. And if the way involves a Luigi that walks at the pace of a lemon, and doors that never unlock, making you go all around the backyard into the other room, maybe you're not doing it right. Is there a key for that door? I mean, really.
Even with the backtracking, the game isn't long at all, clocking in at around 5 or 6 hours if you don't find all the secrets and or booze. It's a Mario game about a haunted house, of course booze were gonna be in it. Rather than being the main enemies in the game, however, booze act as collectibles, and they each have their own names and puns to go with them. Like, Game Boo Advance. Leave it to Nintendo to advertise their own products within their products. Oh, did I mention the Game Boy Horror? It acts as a map and a little camera that gives you hints if you're stuck.
It's incredibly helpful.
As you can probably tell, there really isn't much to this game. Go in the rooms, solve a few puzzles here and there, suck up some ghosts, and that's about it. But why is it that this game is so bare bones? The way I see it, Luigi's Mansion is a tech demo for the GameCube turned into a game. It even started out as a literal tech demo back in 2000. If you played this in 2001, chances are you were much more impressed, as other games on the market at that time didn't look nearly as good. Look at all those dust particles, man. This was impressive 19 years ago. Same goes for the lighting and the physics. Luigi's Mansion was a technical achievement. Now, most titles like this one are made to demonstrate the power of the system they launched on, even if the quality of that game isn't that great. The most recent example of this I can think of is... Now, Luigi's Mansion is not a bad game, but it's not a great one either. While it's short and the gameplay mechanics are very simple, what really grinds my gears about this game are the controls. For example, the aiming is inverted, which I guess back then wasn't considered inverted, but it sure feels inverted to me now.
Ugh, I really hate older games. I need to play some Fortnite after this.
These aiming controls seriously put a damper on my experience as a whole. Even if you take out the invertedness, aiming still feels slow and clunky. And since you have no camera controls whatsoever, it's difficult to know where you're aiming. I guess that's where the flashlight comes in, but even so, the ghosts will disappear if you shine your light on them for too long. I don't know if the sequel or 3DS remaster did anything to alleviate these problems, but I sure hope they did, because they are frustrating. If you've played through the majority of this game not encountering these issues, just wait until you get to the final boss.
Now, a lot of people have accused me of being a negative Nancy of sorts, so I'm going to try to be positive about this final boss here. It isn't that bad. It's worse.
So the final boss is a Bowser puppet being controlled by King Boo, and the only way to defeat him is to knock the puppet's head off and suck him into the poltergust. Seems simple, right? Well, remember those frustrating controls I was talking about a minute ago? Well, they come into full force in this final boss, almost as if they're there to add challenge. I don't know about you, but I like it when my challenge is designed around the actual game and not the frustrating controls. They don't even give you an invincibility window after you get chomped on by Bowser. Are you kidding me? And when you die, you are sent back to the beginning of the mansion, have to walk through the hallway, down the stairs, suck up all the dust in your way, wait for the door to unlock, keep pressing B to get through the unskippable cutscene, and then try again, fail again, rinse, and f***ing repeat. When you do finally beat the boss, you rescue Mario, who has been trapped in a painting, and then witness this emotional reunion. Classic comedy.
So yeah, that's Luigi's Mansion. It's good in some parts, it's bad in some parts, but when you consider that this is a launch title for a Nintendo console, there have been better ones.
In spite of its flaws, it's still clear that people love Luigi's Mansion. I mean, they made a sequel to it with a third one on the way. Granted, with incredibly long gaps in between. No doubt, this game has forever linked Mr. Luigi Mario with ghosts and haunted levels, even though he is still a major scaredy cat. I still think that Luigi's Mansion is just an okay game, but I am curious to see if Dark Moon is any better, and if 3 is better than that.
I forgot to mention that throughout the game you're going to collect coins, dollar bills, and gold bars that don't serve any purpose until you beat the game. Luigi uses this money to build a house of his own. So, let's see what I got. What? I got this rinky-dink house? For this much? What is this, in yen? Well, I am a millennial, so I guess being a homeowner is already an accomplishment.
Thank you guys so much for watching this new episode here on Ferris Wheel Pro. Special thanks goes to my Patreon supporters, Justice to Free, Stephanie Ferris, and Smash JT. You guys are awesome, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when I upload another one. In the meantime, you've been watching Ferris Wheel Pro, and I'll see you on the next ride.